Hello and welcome to your Friday Extra. This is Michael Brady, the chair of the Legislative Committee for the Bronx Chamber of Commerce. I'm coming today from the Hub at 2825 Third Avenue, a Bronx co-working space, celebrating our small businesses. The Bronx co-working space is home to over 60 small and micro businesses that are driving the energy and enthusiasm of our Bronx economy. A few updates today. The Bronx Chamber leadership team, as well as our board of directors, returned from the Somos 2022 Economic Development Conference in San Juan, Puerto Rico. This annual conference brings together policymakers, thought leaders, and general decision makers in charting out the future of New York City and the island of Puerto Rico's relationship as we move forward. Key topics of concern that were addressed during the meeting were public safety, access to finance, infrastructure developments, general redevelopment of areas in the Bronx, and building better ties with the island and the Bronx. The Bronx is home to the largest Puerto Rican population outside of the island, and we really value that meaningful relationship as it drives our economy further into the future. Additional news that was received this week was a $14.5 million investment in New York City sanitation services. This investment, announced by City Hall earlier this week, allows for additional workers, a total of 200 new sanitation employees, increased enforcement of illegal dumping, neglected area maintenance, roadside maintenance, and generally is breaking the red tape that prevents City Hall and city agencies from making a cleaner, more functional city. So we're grateful to the mayor for that investment, and we look forward to other moves that are making our city the city of getting things done. In other news, nearly $6 million investment was invested in the Hunts Point Meat Market by Councilmember Rafael Salamanca and Speaker Adrian Adams. This represents a total of $13 million invested in the meat market alone and is a part of a over $1 billion plan to redevelop the Hunts Point markets in full and also take care of a lot of the goals that have to do with our environment and ensuring that New York City and the Bronx is actively involved in feeding the region. Hunts Point accounts for approximately 70% of our region's food supply, and it's something that is acutely important to our city and even more so to the Bronx Chamber of Commerce. So we're grateful to Councilmember Salamanca and Speaker Adams for that investment that was announced this week. Moving on to other events. This week we celebrated the opening of the Bronx Children's Museum, located on Exterior Street, just opposite of the Bronx Terminal Market. The Hunts Point Children's Museum has been a labor of love spanning over 3 mayoral administrations, 3 borough presidents, and represents a first of its kind children's museum here in the borough. We salute their leadership team and are grateful for their membership as members of the Bronx Chamber of Commerce and look forward to having a fruitful relationship with them in the future. There are several key events that we'd like to inform our members of moving forward. One, let us be the first to say Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. I know it's a week early, but we also know that next week will be very busy as many of our members are patronizing businesses in the Bronx to make sure that their families are fed and that we have a nice place to gather. The Bronx Chamber will also be doing a lot of work in terms of charitable giving throughout the next week, partnering with Part of the Solution, POTS, to assist those who are food insecure during the week. And we'll be joining many of our business improvement districts in turkey giveaways, food distributions, etc., to ensure that everyone has a meal on Thanksgiving, and while also working on systemic structural ideas to ensure that no one goes hungry in the city of New York. As part of our Thanksgiving celebration and our lead up is going to be the celebration of Small Business Saturday. Small Business Saturday, as many of you know, was founded out of the 2009 recession. And let's face it, the holidays are about giving. And the best gift that you can give a local business is your support. So on November 26th, join the Bronx Chamber team as we join with our business improvement districts throughout the borough to celebrate everything that is local, everything that celebrates small business in a very meaningful way. So the Chamber team will be canvassing everywhere from Riverdale and Soundview to Edenwald to the South Bronx at 138th Street and Bruckner Boulevard, the Hub, and everywhere in between to ensure that our communities are supporting our small businesses, which account for 1/3 of New York City's budget and are the #1 employers in the city of New York. So please join us and shop small on November 26th. It will be a great celebration, and be sure to check out the Chamber's social media at the new BXCC for regular updates on where the team will be, what we'll be doing. We'll have giveaways, hot cocoa, you name it, we've got it. Which leads me to our next large event, which we need everyone engaged with, the annual Winter Wonderland Party. It's a party that does a lot of good for the community. So while we can all grab our teams and our businesses and celebrate the holidays in a meaningful way on December 8th at Pelham Split Rock, we're also doing some really good community work. This year, we are supporting the Astor Family and Children's Services Organization with toys and gifts to make the holidays a little brighter. So there are sponsor information in the email. I really invite you to get engaged and also engage with the party. Bring your teams to this party. It's an open bar, it's dinner, it's dancing, it's fun, and we're really doing something good by supporting a great organization. So please be on the lookout for that. On to some legislative news. In addition to the investments that I just had reviewed, there is a bill that was just introduced by New York City Department of Consumer Affairs and Worker Protection. It is something we are closely monitoring. It was just introduced on Wednesday, November 16th. The city is proposing the nation's first minimum wage pay rate specific to app-based restaurant delivery workers. DCWP proposes an average pay rate for delivery workers of $23.82 per hour by the year 2025. 2025 is not that long away, and it's something that, I think notably a lot of folks in the hospitality sector are really paying attention to. So we will do some due diligence over the next few days, give a breakdown to our members on Monday in the letter from Lisa, but we wanted to alert you that this is something that is being considered, and there is information in the body of this email which you should become aware of. Other legislation that is coming down the pike, if you had joined us yesterday for coffee and conversation with City Council Member Eric Dinowitz, there are some specific pieces of legislation that are relating to higher education, workforce development, and ensuring that we are keeping as many smart, ambitious people here who are born and bred in the Bronx, that we keep them here, that we invite them back, that they are part of our local economic development plan. So please be on the lookout to our legislative brief that comes out every Monday to stay abreast of all items. So again, key dates to remember: Small Business Saturday, which is November 26th. So be out, support, shop local, take a picture, tag the chamber at the new BXCC. Well, let's promote it on social media. Make sure you tag where you're shopping. And then, of course, the Winter Wonderland Party, December 8th. It is a Thursday, begins at 6 p.m., Pelham Bay Split Rock. Make sure you get your tables early. This event always sells out. And also, take a visit on our webpage and see where you can drop off new unwrapped toys, whether it's Bar 47, Metro Optics, Third Avenue Bid, the Hutch Metro Center. We are actively engaging so our neighbors, our businesses are not only celebrating on the 8th, but also doing a lot of community good. So please come out to the Winter Wonderland Party. Get your tables today because this event does sell out quickly. So again, this is Michael Brady coming to you from the South Bronx, wishing you all a great Friday.